Really good. Didn't buckle. Obviously ran into some trouble there in that first inning, but made the necessary adjustments and pitched really well and kept us in the game and gave us a chance and let us eventually scratch our way back into it. But, you know, in a big series and a big deal, and he goes out there and really scuffles and doesn't blink. And I think that's something he's done really well since he's been here, but a really strong, big outing for us.
He said in the clubhouse that Larry Rothschild said to him, forget about the first inning, pretend the second is the start of the game. For a young player that has not had a lot of starts under his belt, to be able to do that, what does that say about him and his makeup? Yeah,
it says a lot. And I think he's done a great job since he's been here and since he's moved into the starting rotation of you know, kind of compartmentalizing things and handling the successes and the struggles that go with it, and really being able to turn the page. And I know Larry was pretty proud of his effort tonight, because, you know, a lot of people, the wheels start to come off there and it gets away from you, and Domingo just buckled down and did what he had to do to keep us in the game.
Aaron, a lot of times with younger players, even talented ones, they can tend to be more complimentary guys when you have a lot of established players. And with what Andujar and Torres have done, I mean, they've become difference makers already, and that seems to happen more often than not. I mean, what can you say about how fast their learning curve is?
Yeah, it's been really fun to see those guys in the biggest spots really just compete really well. And you know, I've talked about the adjustments Andujar's been able to make, but the same with Glaber. You know, they're really good at making the necessary adjustments, and in big situations, you know, just have a way of slowing things down, and you know, not just surprising to see them really kind of help lead the way back for us tonight. We've seen those kind of at-bats from them really all season long, and more of the same with them.
Who else? Anybody else? Wally.
Aaron, it doesn't seem important anymore, so it happened a long time ago. How does that bullpen door get left open in the beginning of the game?
It's a good question. Did you get an answer on that?
Whose responsibility?
Yeah. Maybe we'll make sure it's secure tomorrow when we head out there.
Dave.
Just one more on the two kids again. As far as the physical skills are one thing, Aaron, but the mental ability in guys that young, like you said, adjustments, that's not a normal thing. I mean, usually they kind of roll with the punches or have a hard time, but they seem to just be steady.
Yeah, I mean, it's what's, you know, it's what's been special about those guys so far. You know, those guys have been obviously talked about a lot, their ability, but I think it's a credit to both of those guys and who they are and their makeup, and also a credit to the organization for kind of, I think, preparing them very well in the minor leagues, so that when this opportunity has come now, they're ready for it. And you know, you feel great about both players, obviously, in you know, the toughest of situations.
Judge usually has such long at-bats, and then he hits the homer on the first pitch. How does he get ready to hit the first one, but also seems to be 3-2 every other at-bat?
Right. You know, some of that's game plan. He'll pick his spots where he'll go up there and look for a certain pitch sometimes. You know, I think that's one of the things that makes him special, is the ability to control the zone. So, you know, I talk to you guys a lot about wanting our guys to be up there on the hunt, looking early in the count to get pitches that they can do damage with, and picking their spots when they're maybe looking for, in a situation, for a particular pitch or a particular spot early, and if they get that, looking to do damage. Otherwise, you know, but also being on the hunt, but being able to shut it down if you don't get your pitch, and he does that very well. And you know, I think he gets in those deep counts too because of the way they attack him. You know, they're a little bit fearful of him, certainly careful with him, so they nibble a lot with him, more so than most players, and he has the ability to control the zone. So more often than not throughout the at-bat, he's not leaving the zone where guys are really trying to nibble around the edges.